Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to install EmuDeck onto my Steam Deck, which lets me play Emulation. And also I'm going to set up the gyro controls. So before we get started, I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers. We're at 884, so we just need a little push to get the 1000 mark. So if you haven't subscribed and you like this kind of stuff, gaming handhelds, especially the Steam Deck and Emulation, that's basically all we talk about. So please consider subscribing and help me out. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first go to your desktop mode on your Steam Deck. Open the browser and go to this website, emudeck.com. I'm going to leave the link in the description. Click on the download on the top and then download the EmuDeck installer. And then it's going to tell you to copy the installer to your desktop. So once the file is downloaded, go to the location and then move this emudeck.desktop file to your desktop. So I'm just going to move it here. All right. Now we can double click it and then click continue. It's got to open up the console. It's got to run some code and it's going to download. Just let it do its thing. It shouldn't take too long. All right. Okay, so now the installer is running. It's doing some downloads at the background, I'm guessing. So just let it do its thing. Okay, now we've got easy mode and custom mode. I think we just go with easy mode. So click on easy mode and then click continue. And then I'm going to install onto my SD card. You could install into internal storage if you want. But yeah, I'm going with SD card and then I'm going to choose the Steam Deck. And now it's going to download and install in the background. So we've got to wait for this. So if you chose custom mode, there's a few settings you could set up. Like some of the emulators, the old ones, they run at a 4:3 aspect ratio. And so that's why if you run on the Steam Deck, you would have black bars, the bezels. You can customize those bezels into the image of the console, something like that. So if you don't want to mess with that, just go with easy mode. Gets the job done. So let's fast forward this part. It's just downloading and installing the emulators, and I'll see you once it's completed. Okay, so once you've finished installing, click Add Games. And if you have your ROMs on your USB stick, you could install it here. Just plug it in and install it here. I don't, so just skip for now for me. And then you're greeted with all these buttons, and you might be overwhelmed, but don't worry. First thing we're going to install, I recommend Power Tools. You need a sudo password. If you don't have a sudo password, you have to create one. So go to your Start button, and then go to All Applications. Go under K for console, and then open the console, and then type PASSWD. And then you can create your password. You have to enter it twice just to confirm. I already have mine, so I'm just updating my password now. All right, so once you've got your sudo password, make sure you remember it. And then we're going to type in our password here. And then click Install Power Tools. And then wait for the top right corner. Once it's done, it should have a notification. So it looks like it's not doing anything. Now it's say Power Tools installed. So that means it's done. And then we're going to go back at the bottom. And then the next thing I'm going to install is the gyroscope. So also install the, type in your password and then install gyroscope. So this lets you have gyro controls. So it's quite useful for some games that require gyro. I'll give you a demonstration of it later. Okay, so once that's done, just press a button to exit. And then we're going to go to the BIOS checker. Okay, so here we check if we're missing any BIOS files. Some emulators require BIOS to run. So if you need to move your BIOS files, go to your folders. I put mine in the SD card, so the SD card and then emulation, and there's a BIOS folder. So place your BIOS files here. Yeah. And then while we're at it, so emulation ROMs is where you place your ROMs. They have different folders for different emulators, so make sure you put the correct ROMs in the correct folders. Okay, so back in the BIOS files checker, if you have the correct BIOS files in the correct location, click check again and it should turn green. Now I'm gonna open up CMU. I want to double check the gyro controls because yeah, I'm pretty concerned about the gyro. But the emulator is not running, so let me try to open it again. Panicking a bit. Oh, okay. Now it's open. So you see I've got Breath of the Wild here. Then go to Options, Input, and under Controller, it should be Controller 1 DSU. So if it's X input, it's not going to work. The gyro is not going to work. Make sure it's on DSU. Okay. Oh, okay. The second sim view popped out. So yeah, because I clicked it twice. Maybe the first time to load, it takes longer. So that's why. But yeah, so let's double check the ROMs folder. So I'm checking the ROMs folder again. This is where you place your ROMs. So make sure you place the ROMs in the correct directory. So I'm checking the Wii U one. Yep. ROMs, Breath of the Wild. Yep. Okay. So now let's go back to our EmuDeck. So I'm going to open up EmuDeck again. I'm going to create the shortcuts for Steam because in game mode, I need the shortcuts to run the games. So I'm going to open up Steam ROM Manager. And then it's going to tell you that it's going to close Steam because it needs to close Steam so it can create those shortcuts. So that's normal. So let it close. And then here you're first greeted with passes. Passes is the emulators that you want it to pass to Steam Deck, I guess. So by default, most of them are toggled on. So if there's some emulators that you don't want to pass to Steam, just toggle it off and it won't. And then click preview and then pass. And then it will just check your ROMs folder for all the ROMs. And then it's going to create a preview for you. So here's the previews of the shortcuts. And you have to click save to Steam. So this is the preview. So this is not done yet. You have to click save to Steam. And then wait for it on the top right corner, the notification. Make sure it says done before you exit out. So let it do its thing. It's creating those shortcuts to your Steam. So just wait for it. You can see that it's creating shortcuts for the emulators and it's creating for the games, the ROMs. So now it's done. You can exit out of it and let's go to game mode. Okay, so back in game mode, you can see that some shortcuts have been made. So Breath of the Wild doesn't have an artwork, so let's fix that. I'm gonna download some of the artwork to make it look nice and pretty before we get started. So I want to show you the gyro on Breath of the Wild. So I think the easiest part is just to shoot an arrow. When you shoot arrows, you can use the gyro to aim. And if it works, I'm gonna show you how it's done. I think I have the save file. If I don't have the save file, it's gonna take a bit for me to get the bow and arrow. Yeah, and at the start of the game, there's an opening cutscene, so that's gonna take a while. But I think I have the save file because I uninstalled EmuDeck just to demonstrate how to install it. And I think when I uninstalled EmuDeck, it doesn't delete the save file. It's got to delete the cache, so it's going to probably take a bit to load the game. But I think the save file is there. So maybe I'll fast forward to this part, the cache, and I'll see you once the cache is loaded. Okay, so I think it's almost done. Yep. Okay, I do have my save, so yeah, let's just continue here. I might have to set up my camera to show you the gyro that I'm moving my Steam Deck, because I can't really show you, and I'm connected to the capture card. But yeah, I think you get the idea. Okay, so here's my bow, and gyro's not working at the moment. I'm using my right analog stick. You can see I'm moving pretty slow. I think it's because let's see. Okay, aim with motion controls is on, so that's good. Okay, let's check my controls on the Steam Deck. We go to controller settings. Okay, it's on EmuDeck CMU. I think this is not right. I think we need to go with gamepad with gyro. Alright, so I'm going to use gamepad with gyro. Okay, now it's working. Yeah. See, I'm going crazy. Yeah, this is not the right joystick. Okay, let me turn on the camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So just wait for me to turn on the camera. Okay. Okay, here's my camera. So you can see my Steam Deck. And I'm moving my deck for the gyro. Can you see that? Yeah. So yeah, that means the gyro is working fine. Okay, let me do another one. I'll show. Yeah. So you can see the gyro is working in action. Yep. So that's how you set up EmuDeck. The BIOS, where to place the ROMs, and how to set up the gyro. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps out. If you have any problems, please leave in the comments. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.